Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Peace Marco, and what is today's video about? Today's video is about the S22 Ultra. So what makes this phone important? What makes this phone a pivotal point for Samsung, and is it still worth it in 2024? 2024 is almost over, but here we go. If you love technology tips, tricks and tutorials, just make sure you subscribe to this channel and leave a thumbs up on this video. Starting off with the overall design of this phone. To be honest, for a phone of 2 years ago, Samsung did a pretty good job on this phone, and yeah man, everything on here is pretty solid. You get the quad camera design that we see on the latest Samsung flagships, and yeah, so this phone marks the stage of design development for Samsung. Basically, as you can see, the quad camera system no longer has that piece that you get on the S21 Ultra. They left the camera system basically unprotected in a way which makes the phone stand out a lot more. And with the discontinuation of the Note series, Samsung added an S Pen to their flagships. More about that in later videos. The entire frame is made out of aluminium, and yeah, it gives this phone this shiny look. As you can see, it's coupled with Gorilla Glass, so it's somewhat resistant to cracks and chips when compared to regular glass. My specific one is in blue of many colors, such as sky blue, graphite, yeah, that color, green, phantom white, phantom black and red. So this phone has a 6.8-inch AMOLED display, which is massive, with a peak brightness of 1750 nits. So the 120Hz refresh rate coupled with the Snapdragon 8 first generation processor makes watching videos and gaming an experience and a half. Smooth. Like smooth. You can literally play any game that is available on Android with no lag. I wish I could show you some movie clips, but I do not want to be copyrighted. Talking about battery life, this thing has a 5000 mAh battery, which supports both fast charging and super fast charging. But the true question is, can this thing last you more than a day? The simple answer, no. According to my usage rates, this thing cannot last you more than 23 hours. And mind you, this phone is now 2 years old. Camera system wise, this thing is pretty solid. It has a 108 megapixel main cam, a 10 megapixel telephoto camera with 3 times optical zoom, a 10 megapixel periscope with 10 times optical zoom, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide. So it's pretty solid. And here are some pictures that I recently took with this phone. Leave a comment in the comment section if this is a good camera system or not. I do not find space zoom, which is zooming all the way to 100, that necessary, because no one really uses that. And besides, the more you zoom in, the less resolution, the lower the quality of the image is, so no one's really going to take pictures at 100x. This is a pretty useless feature, which leads us to 5 things that I hate about this phone. Starting off with the shape of this phone. When trying to put this phone in your pocket, it is a hassle, believe me guys. And even though it is in your pocket, it looks weird. Let me show you what I mean. You can damage your phone or scratch your car while this thing is in your pocket. Like, look how pointy and sharp that thing is. It just broke my zip, by the way. The second one being the amount of reflection that this thing has. It is unacceptable, guys. Everything shiny reflects on the screen, and it is really disturbing when you're trying to watch something during daytime. The third thing, which is the amount of flickering on this phone. I'm not sure if you can see it right now, but in earlier clips like this one over here, you could see how bad the flickering was. And yeah, no, and that is especially not good for your eyes. It leads to eye strain, so that's a no. The fourth thing being the fact that the front screen is so strong and the back is so fragile. This happened in a single day of me trying to use this phone out of a case, and it is somewhat slippery. This thing slipped and it cracked. The front didn't crack, which is a good thing, but the back was, yeah, That's why I've been keeping this case on. And the last thing I hate about this phone takes place when gaming. So when gaming on this phone, it tends to overheat at times, and when it does so, it somewhat limits your performance. As the screen warms up, it becomes somewhat sticky. Let's say sticky, but there is a lot of friction on the screen, and that limits your performance, as you can't really slide your fingers across the screen. It is like grippy. But not everything on this phone is shambulistic.
What did he say?
Is that even a word, Brent?
What?
Shambulistic. Is a shambles. Should I say it's a shambles?
Shambles.
Okay.
Is a shambles.
But not everything on this phone is a shambles. But not everything on this phone is a shambles, as you still get updates all the way until 2027, which means this phone still has a couple of good years in it. Plus, you get all the Galaxy AI features in this phone, including Circuit to Search and Google Gemini. And it comes with up to 12 gig RAM and a storage unit of 128 gigs all the way to a terabyte for just a price range of about 14 to 17,000 rands, or this much in dollars. Now, to answer your final question, should you buy this phone, shortlist it, or simply throw it in the trash? My answer to that question is probably shortlisted. Reason being, this is a really good phone. The camera system is still amazing, the screen is outstanding, but you shouldn't be spending so much money for a phone that is now 2 years old. Save a little bit more money and you can buy the S23 Ultra, which is ultimately a better phone than this. If you like tech tips, tutorials, gadgets and technology, just make sure you subscribe to this channel to make sure that you don't miss anything, and leave a like on this video. See you guys in the next one.